we've got, if I see right, we have 6 pretrial detentions, or I'm sorry, is it 7 pretrial detentions? All right. And we'll handle my docket first, and then we'll move to Judge Clark's docket. And, well, actually, it looks we should do it reverse. We've got the folks already seated for Judge Clark's docket, right? All right, so Jared Darnell.
Your Honor, we're asking for a continuance on that. We have not filed the pretrial detention motion, but the state will be filing a pretrial detention motion.
But we should-
Marcus for Jared Darnell. If
We should probably have the
Have him
defendant,
present.
shouldn't we? Yes. Jared Darnell.
Your Honor, this is Jared Darnell. Apologies, Your Honor. I was just letting my client know that the state attorney is requesting a 1-week continuance so that the pretrial detention hearing will be next Thursday at the same time, and we'll address the bond then.
All right. And that in front of Judge Clark, what time is that? Is 12:30, and what's that date, Madam Clerk?
It'll be May 22nd.
5/22/25 at 12:30. All right, to Michael Gray.
Travis Gates on behalf of Mr. Gray, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gates.
And this is going to be Mr. Gray before the court at 25 CF 924.
Your Honor, the state filed an information that does not include the charge that was charged by the police officers. Each charged with burglary, not burglary while armed. So the state's not going to be moving for a pretrial detention motion. We're just going to ask for a reasonable cash professional bond of $10,000.
Mr. Gates.
Yes, Your Honor. I would ask the court, after speaking with Mr. Gray, ask the court to set a lower bond, potentially a signature bond. Mr. Gray does have a job lined up with some marine construction that he'd like to get started on. Just reading the PC affidavit, no, originally it was charged as armed burglary, and I appreciate the state filing on the burglary versus armed on this one. I still feel like at the end of the day, this would be more of a theft and a trespass than burglary. Mr. Gray does have some ties to the community. He does have a daughter that he'd like to be out to support. So we'd ask the court to consider setting a signature bond of some amount in his case.
And so the information, I'm just reviewing, I don't actually see the information yet.
Your Honor, right before I left the office, I gave it to my assistant to file. So
Please, Mr. Gates.
State was kind enough to provide a copy. I will let the court have a copy.
Well, I'll give it back to you just to double check. So count one is now charged as an F3. Unoccupied structure, right?
that's correct, Your Honor. And the reason the state's asking for the $10,000 cash professional bond is obviously based on the facts of the case and then the defendant's prior history of trespassing in structures and stealing as well.
This goes into my statement earlier, it feels more like a trespass and a theft than burglary and armed burglary, which we were at.
Yeah. Takes me back to law school days about the difference between a trespass and a burglary, but I think the legislature has fixed that law school question, right? I know the law professors are probably still not happy about that, taking away that opportunity to teach us those things, but based upon the facts alleged, it qualifies for the charge, you know, the prima facie case is there, right?
Yes, sir.
And where, I guess I would like to hear the 903-046 factors that you would suggest to me that a signature bond under the circumstances would be appropriate, but where will the defendant live, connections to the community? I heard you say that he has a job in marine construction.
Yes, sir.
Who's his employer, how long has he been there, and those sorts of things that would help the court make a decision regarding the risk to the public and whether or not the defendant would appear to answer for the charges.
Yes, Your Honor, and I would ask to call Mr. Gray at this point then.
Raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this matter under penalties of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Gray, where are you going to be working?
It's my friend, Zach. Zach of all trades is the name of it. You know, he does marine construction and like a handyman pretty much for anything. You know, he's actually a friend of mine. He had hired me on.
And you spoke with him yesterday about a job, correct?
Yes, sir.
And he's assured you if you can get out, he would employ you.
Yes, sir.
All right. And how many children do you have?
One.
And how old is she?
She is 4 years old.
And it's your plan to provide support for her?
Yes, sir.
You have an address of where you'll be living if you are released?
Yes, sir.
And what would that address be?
106 Maryland Avenue.
And where would that be?
That's Fort Walton.
Okay. How long have you lived in the area?
Lived there since 2018.
Okay. No other questions, Your Honor?
State has no questions.
So I guess I'm reviewing the progress docket and the documents in the progress docket. And in the pretrial screening suggests that the defendant reported that he was both homeless and unemployed. So how am I to reconcile the testimony here today with what he told pretrial at the time?
Your Honor, when I first attempted to meet with Mr. Gray, there were some medical issues, is the way I'll phrase it. And in fact, when I met with him yesterday, he, I think, had just kind of started clearing his head, understanding what was going on. I don't even think he knew where he was at when he was arrested. So I would think potentially part of that is the fact that he may not have really understood what was going on during the arrest, hence him not coming to court last week, if I remember correctly. And as far as unemployment, you know, he does state to me, he said a couple different times, he does have a job lined up. I haven't been able to verify that yet, but that's what he has told me and swore to this morning.
Who does the defendant live with at the Maryland street address?
That's my stepdad,
What's his name?
Brian Jones.
Now, the court's made several inquiries here. If the defense believes that follow-up questions are necessary, the state does, then you're welcome to inquire.
Not at this time, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
All right, and looking also at the pretrial paperwork, considering the number of failures to appear, the number of violent felonies, the number of misdemeanors, and the risk assessment score, the court's just uncomfortable with an unsecured appearance bond under the circumstances presented. And so it'll be $5,000 cash or professional bond in this case on the burglary charge. And it's going to be $1,000 cash or professional bond on the petty theft, second or subsequent.
Yes, Your Honor.
And those conditions would include no contact with the victim or at or about the place of business of the victim where this offense is alleged to have occurred.
Yes, Your Honor.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you very much.
Come see you.
Gary Jones, Your Honor.
Let me finish this order. Give me just a second. All right, this is Kerry Jones.
Travis Cates on behalf of Mr. Kerry Jones, he's before the court in 25 CF 984.
Your Honor, Jessica Jardina on behalf of the state. The state is not seeking pretrial detention in this case. We have not been able to get in touch with the victim in the 2 days that the case has come in, despite our attempts. The state is asking for a $200,000 cash or professional bond, and this is based on the nature of the crime, robbery with a weapon. The weapon used was a red box cutter. In addition, Your Honor, according to the pretrial services report, Mr. Jones has been in the area for 6 months, and I believe he's at large. He has a burglary conviction from 2024, a felony DUI from 2014, a battery conviction from 2023, and then 4 other prior misdemeanors.
Mr. Gates.
Yes, Your Honor. We would ask the court just to consider setting a lower bond. Obviously, my suspicions we're probably going to get some video evidence in. I'd like to see what that video looks like based upon my conversation with Mr. Jones. I do think he's been here longer than 6 months because I represented him last year, and at that point, he was a resident of here at least a few months, staying in a hotel. So I think he's been here longer than that. Mr. Jones has already told me that even if the court was to set an incredibly low bond, he wouldn't be able to afford it. So we'd ask the court just to consider setting something like a $50,000 bond today. And then if I need to, I can address that in a future bond hearing with Mr. Jones.
And just to confirm that as charged, this is robbery with a weapon, a first-degree felony, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Any dispute on that, Mr. Gates?
Without getting into the conversations I've had with Mr. Jones, yes, we intend to dispute that charge. As far as I said, I think seeing some video surveillance might be helpful in making that determination.
Right. I wasn't suggesting a confession of judgment in that case.
Yes, Your Honor.
However, that's the way it's been charged as a first-degree felony, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that is what the state intends to file on, Your Honor.
Fine. And the allegations here suggest that the allegations are that the defendant in this case entered a place of business, removed merchandise without paying. When confronted by an employee there, it's alleged that the defendant produced an edged weapon and threatened to kill the employee who tried to recover the property. Those are the allegations.
Those are the allegations, Your Honor. Obviously, we disagree with those, but for today, that's the allegations.
Those are the allegations. And considering that meets probable cause standard and the circumstances, the court finds that $200,000 cash or professional bond is an appropriate bond under the circumstances.
Yes, Your Honor.
And should he make that bond, he should have no contact with the alleged victim, not be at or about the place of that this occurred. As part of the standard conditions.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And next we have is Lenny Lenny's Cato.
Lenise Cato, yes, Your Honor.
Cody Sprouse on behalf of the state of Florida, Your Honor. The state filed a pretrial detention motion yesterday. The state was unable to get the witnesses subpoenaed for today's hearing, so we would be asking for our one-time continuance to next Thursday.
Ms. Farkas.
I've spoken with Ms. Cato about that. She understands that the state is entitled to a continuance of 1 week.
All right, the matter will be continued. And that's 5/22 at 12:30, Madam Clerk.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Judge, the attorney said, requested the Trago next, if that's okay.
Say again?
They requested the Trago next.
That's fine.
We're working on getting it transferred. It just hasn't. Yes. Mhm. Mhm.
Good morning, Jeff.
Cody Sprouse on behalf of the state of Florida. Your Honor, this is a co-defendant of the previous case. We have filed our pretrial detention motion. However, with the time constraints, we were unable to subpoena the witnesses. So we would ask for one-time continuance to next Thursday.
Jason McKinney with the Public Defender's Office. We have no objection to that. Given that this is the co-defendant to the last individual, we have evaluated, determined there's a conflict, and there's been a motion to withdraw filed. I believe that I can hand the court an order to make it move a little bit quicker.
Let's do that. And that would be, is Ms. Jaquith here today?
She is not, but she is aware that this case is going to be coming to her. And I believe that this
Good.
case is going to be transferred.
I should have known you would already let her know, Mr. McKinney. Thank you. All right, the Office of Public Defender is withdrawn. The Office of Regional Conflict Counsel is appointed. And we'll reset this for 5/22 at 12:30.
And Judge, as these cases progress, I do notice that there's one in each of the divisions. So one would likely be moving to the other.
So is one in Crestview as well?
No, one's in Division 1, and then Mr. Trejo is in Your Honor's division at the moment.
Oh, right.
I believe the state will be seeking the transfer.
Okay. All right. So ordered.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Baxter?
Jason McKinney on behalf of Linda Taxter, 25 CF 906. We are scheduled in court today for a pretrial detention.
It was
hearing.
continued from last week.
Yes, Your Honor.
For the state's necessity to discuss the matter with the alleged victim and I believe another witness.
That's correct. And the state's ready to move forward with the pretrial detention hearing today.
All right.
And I am obliged to inform the court that I am going to be filing, or I have already filed a motion to appoint an expert in this matter. Does the court wish to address that after the pretrial detention hearing?
I think that you should approach.
Yes, sir.
A.M. till 2 p.m. We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll. Fight fire with fire, take one. Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire. Damn thing ain't working. Whoa. Not cool, bro.
I'm Attorney Coy Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
We're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
Hi, I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
Cyclone Bakery Cafe is 2 blocks from the courthouse on Crestview's historic Main Street. We serve handmade pastries, espresso, and lunch items, and we're open Tuesday to Saturday from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., serving lunch from 11 to 2. We hope to see you soon.
Hello, I am Bonnie from Body Be Healthy here in Crestview. We have been serving the area since 1999. We're an alternative health food store. If you're interested in bettering your health, we'd like to invite you to stop by. We're located in Court Plaza. Stop by and let us help you be healthy.
I'm Amanda Gaskin with Briarpatch Realty. Helping qualified heroes save money is my passion. When I help a hero buy or sell a home, they receive a check from
No
one of the
concerns
heroes.
from Ms.
Check
Taxer
out
at this point, Judge, and I would
BananaHeroes.com
ask
for
for the
more
next available date to remain the same, which I believe is going to be our June 12th date. At this
For more
point,
than 70 years,
the defense
the
has
sweet
filed a
aroma
motion
of the
for an
Crestview's
expert
Coney
in this
Island
matter.
burgers
I
and
believe the
hot
court has
dogs
signed
has
that
permeated
order.
the downtown area.
Yes, sir. The court has
If
signed it.
not
We're appointing the
experienced
expert.
unique flavor of Crestview's Coney Island's burgers and hot dogs.
And we'll
then
leave
I
it set for the
encourage you to
12th,
join
and
us
of
for
course, if
lunch.
something comes up sooner,
Monday through
let us
Thursday
know, and
from
we'll
10
put it
a.m.
on any
till
available
3
docket.
p.m., Friday
Yes, sir.
from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m., and Saturday from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Judge, this is Mr. Kevin Roten in 25 CF 988. Yes, Your Honor. Kevin Roten in 25 CF 988. I spoke with Mr. Snell, and he's going to seek a first-time state continuance. And the defense has no objection to the first-time state continuance, Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor. We just received the information and need a chance to reach out to law enforcement and to any available witnesses that we can bring in. And we haven't had a chance to do that. This was a new arrest, so.
Right, and from my reading of the docket and the related cases, right, I believe the defendant is currently incarcerated and being held without bond because he's a violent felony offender of special concern. I believe that's accurate, and I believe the allegations in this warrant predate his incarceration on the VOP. Is that the way I read it? Is that,
Yes.
okay. So this was an in-custody arrest on these new charges. Right, so the urgency of the continuance is not the same as it would be otherwise, correct?
That would be correct, yes, sir.
Okay, all right. All right, and I'll continue it to next week at the 22nd at 12:30.
Let's get together there. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We'll go ahead and step on in.
Yes, sir.
All right, so, and because of the number of folks we have today, particularly in holding and the circumstances, we're going to tag team, if you will. We're going to handle all the incarcerated first. First, we'll do my docket, and then we'll do Judge Clark's docket because of the numbers involved so that they can get them communicated between the holding areas and then back to the jail. Just to accommodate them since we're handling the two dockets together. So just be prepared. We'll do my docket first and then move to Judge Clark's docket and then back to my docket for unincarcerated and then to Judge Clark's docket.
Your Honor, Anthony Brown refused.
Anthony Brown refused. And so not guilty plea and set it.
There was no information filed.
No information filed. I'll reset this for, what date, Madam Clerk? 6/12 at 1:30.
Ashton Westford.
Mr. Cochran?
Your Honor, this is going to be a plea. I'm just waiting for a state attorney to sign the forms. He's not here yet.
The prosecutor on these cases is coming into the courtroom. He's parking right now.
He'll be here more. If I could have a little more time on this one.
Okay.
Step out. Next will be Sydney Pratt.
It's a petty theft. Judge, this is Ms. Cindy Pratt, 25 CF 632. I did see information has been filed. I was going to ask for an offer in this case due to the nature of the charge.
So we're going to ambush Mr. Gomez right away is what we're saying, right?
I already have one. That's good. I'm okay with that.
Information on offer on Ms. Pratt after you get finished with that. And we did start early, so don't be upset. I'm not upset at you, Mr. Gomez. We did get started early, so.
Your Honor, the offer would be an adjudication of guilt, 6 months in the Okaloosa County Jail, or adjudication of guilt, 2 years of probation, 24 hours of community service work, $48.58 to the Circle K, $112.90 in the cost of investigation to the Niceville Police Department. No trespass at the Circle K in Niceville.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you for that offer, Mr. Gomez. Judge will be entering not guilty, waive formal reading, and request it be kept on that 7/14 pretrial docket. Or excuse me, it's going to be the in custody date.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
This is Tracy Manalini.
Your Honor, this is going to be a plea. It's a total of 6 matters to be a plea. I'll announce the case numbers. 22 CF 0093, 22 CF 0094, 22 CF 0277, 22 CF 0395, 24 CF 2100, 24 CF 2916. All of the 22 cases are violations of probation, Your Honor. For those, it's going to be an adjudication of guilt, revoke, and terminate. $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee, and we'd ask for 24 months from date of release to pay those, or any other associated court cost.
State?
No objection to that, Your Honor.
But that's your agreement on the
Yes,
plea?
yes, correct.
And then, Your Honor, for 24 CF 2100, count 1, the state has agreed to no pros that count. Counts 2 and 3 will be an adjudication of guilt, 9 months county jail, $100 court of prosecution, cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee. Also, again, asking for 24 months from the date of release to pay for the cost and any other fees.
State?
That's the agreement, Your Honor. I'm going to print out a score sheet as well, and I'll get that to you once I can print it out.
And finally, Your Honor, 24 CF 2916, adjudication of guilt, 9 months county. It's going to run concurrent and be coterminous with 2100. The $100 cost of prosecution, $150 public defender fee. Defendant would ask again for 24 months from date of release to pay.
State?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right,
Your Honor, if I may approach.
granted. Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm to testify truthfully in this matter under penalties of perjury?
I do.
And you heard what Mr. Cochran said on your behalf and signed the written plea form.
Yes, sir.
How old are you?
I'm 56,
And how much schooling do you have?
second year of college.
Are you able to read and understand the plea form?
Yes, sir.
Did you do that before you signed it?
Yes, sir.
And is what you read in the plea form what Mr. Cochran just announced to me?
Yes, sir.
Now, you got two things going on today. You got your new charges and you got your VOP.
Yes, sir.
They're different, but we're handling them together at the same time. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. As to your new charges, do you understand you're pleading no contest?
Yes, sir.
And that says to me that you believe the state has the evidence necessary to convict you of those charges, and you're not going to contest that.
Yes, sir, I do.
Do you understand by making this plea that you're waiving your right to a trial where the state would have to prove your guilt?
I do.
As to your VOPs, do you understand that you're admitting your violations?
Yes, sir.
And that says to me, I violated just the way the affidavit report says it did.
Yes, sir.
And by making this plea, do you understand you're waiving your opportunity to do a hearing where the state would have to prove your violation?
Yes.
And it's a little complicated with all the different things going on, but essentially, it's a 9-month jail sentence with an adjudication of guilt and credit for all time served with the fees and costs that were discussed,
Yes, sir.
and 24 months to get those fees and costs paid after you're released.
Yes, sir.
Is that what you understood and agreed to?
I do.
All right. Has Mr. Cochran answered all your questions about the plea and how it affects you?
He has.
And are you satisfied with how he's represented you?
I am.
The court will find the plea to be freely and voluntarily entered into and will accept the plea. Now, if you're making payments and you end up needing a little more than the 24 months, you can write and ask for more time, and as long as you're making payments, I'll give you more time to pay, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Step over to the
Thank
Ashley
you.
Lester is next.
I need a minute of that.
Martinez Gonzalez.
Judge, this is on the plea day docket for arraignment in 25 CF 761. I'm standing in for Mr. Cochran while he's speaking to a client. I'll enter a plea of not guilty to the one-count information filed in 25 CF 761. It looks like there are several violations of probation that are tracking along with that are scheduled on the 12th of June. I'd like to leave those on that date, but if we can add this 25 CF 761 to that date as well, I would appreciate that.
Do you want to set as a status?
Please. That way we've got them all traveling together in case we're able to reach a resolution.
What June date is that? Is it the 12th and the 19th?
The 12th. There's one on the 12th and one on the 19th.
Can we move those all into one?
Well, yes, if we have some case numbers to help Madam Clerk understand. So we want them on
It
the
looks like-
12th or the 19th?
It looks like 22 CF 2219. I would ask for the 12th for everything.
So it's 22 CF 2219
And 18 CF 2955.
That's fine.
You got them, Madam Clerk? All right, and so we want them all on the 12th?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
And Mr. McKinney, I know you're sitting in for Mr. Cochran, but you and the state need to approach on this real quickly.
Yes, Your Honor.
We're located in historic downtown Crestview at 107 North Main Street. Call 850-683-1045.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999. We're state licensed and insured, family owned and operated with 24 years of local service. We specialize in shingles and metal, re-roofs, repairs, and leak specialists. For all of your roofing needs, call us today or visit our website at cqroofing.com. CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer.
Hey, I'm David at Family Vision of Crestview. We've been providing excellent optical service for Northwest Florida for over 34 years. Come in and let us take care of you.
Man, I got this. Let's roll. Fight fire with fire, take one. Have you been injured in an accident and need righteous representation? Call us, because we fight fire. Damn thing ain't working. Whoa!
Not cool, bro. I'm Attorney Coy Browning. Personal injury is no joke. Just ask him.
Injured? Take a breath. Call Coy.
We're open Saturday 10 to 4, Sunday 10 to 3, and it's both our Crestview, Fort Walton Beach, and Eglin Air Force Base locations. So you have things to do, go and do it. Just know the UPS store is going to be here. Again, Sundays 10 until 3 p.m.
I'm Wanda Roberts. For the last 20 years, I've been helping the residents of Northwest Florida buy and sell their properties. My office is just 1 block south of the courthouse in historic downtown Crestview. Give us a call at 850-398-5389.
Hi, I'm Michael Gilbert, defense attorney with Warrior Law. I represent those accused in Santa Rosa, Okaloosa, and Walton County. If you or anyone you know has been accused of a crime, give us a call. We can help.
Your Honor, based on the representation from the state, they'll file, amended information is going to be filed. We'll ask this be continued to 5/22 for arraignment on the amended information.
All right, it's reset for 5/22.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Red Switzer.
Alan Munch will be next.
Your Honor, at this time, we'll plead not guilty, waive formal reading, and we'll leave this set for the July pretrial.
So ordered. Thank you.
Eduardo Ojeda.
Your Honor, we're here on Mr. Eduardo Ojeda, case number 25 CF-0660. Information's been filed, Your Honor. We would waive formal reading, plead not guilty, and leave set for the July pretrial.
So ordered. And then we've got the VOP traveling with, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Next will be Jason Reynolds.
Jason Reynolds?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're here today without a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to help you?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to afford a lawyer on your own? Okay. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're going to be given a form that you've got to complete and turn in. You can take it back to the jail with you, complete it, and they'll turn it in for you. All right? Mr. Koch.
Yes, Your Honor.
Information, one count, grand theft, $750 less than 5.
Yes, Your Honor. Due to the nature of the charges of grand theft, could I ask if there is a current offer in this case for Mr. Jason Reynolds?
6 months in the county jail, followed by 2 years of probation, restitution, anti-theft course, no alcohol, no drugs, 24 hours of community service work, maintain full-time employment upon release.
Thank you, Mr. Snell. At this time, Your Honor, we'll enter not guilty, waive formal readings, and request it be kept on that July pretrial docket, Your Honor.
So ordered.
Take that with you. Yep.
Rodriguez Kruapa.
And this is a 25 CF 728. Your Honor, may I have a brief moment with an offer?
Yes, sir.
You going to your office? Yeah, thank you.
We're gonna, if we may pass up my client for a Spanish interpreter, Your Honor.
All right.
Yep. Correct.
He's running to your office. John Schilber?
All right. Mr. John Schilber,
Yes, Your Honor, I am.
you're here today without a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to help you?
Yes, please.
Are you able to afford one on your own?
No, sir.
All right. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in this matter. You're going to have to complete that form and turn it in. You can take it back to the jail with you, complete it, and turn it in there, okay? Mr. Schilber.
Did you, sorry.
That's okay. It's
Okay, I see it now, Your Honor. 3-count information.
correct. Unoccupied structure, unarmed, and 2 counts of larceny, 100 to 750.
Your Honor, we'll be entering a not guilty on all counts, waive formal reading, request it be kept on the July pretrial docket, and we will discuss this matter privately at the jail.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Thank you, Your Honor. Rodriguez, Rodriguez.
And Madam Interpreter, raise your right hand. Do you swear to interpret these proceedings truthfully, adding nothing, subtracting nothing?
Your Honor, may I have that brief moment?
Yes.
Un momento. It's okay.
Correct.
And then you can slide together. Thank you.
Correct.
Judge, with Mr. Rodriguez Curapa, I do have an offer. If we may pass him up, I'm going to speak to him privately and potentially resolve this today.
Okay, so you'll need the assistance of the interpreter in the interview room, and we'd ask that the defendant remain upstairs so that you can have the assistance of the interpreter explain the plea form to your client.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Is that okay? All right, you're welcome.
Chase Ship.
Who is it?
Chase Ship, S-H-I-P-P.
This is 25 CF 693, Your Honor. Your Your Honor, we do have a one-count information. Will be entered a not guilty, waive formal reading, and request this be kept on the July pretrial docket, Your Honor.
All right, so ordered. Yep.
Next week, Leo Tinsley, Tensley. I'll have him put in the attorney-client room for you, Mr. Cox.
Jason McKinney on behalf of Leo Tinsley, 25 CF 731. I believe the state has an announcement.
Judge, in 25 CF 731, the state would file or announce a no pros due to insufficient evidence and request of the victim.
Actions and all pros.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Richard J. Whitfield, Sr.
Jason McKinney on behalf of Richard Whitfield Sr., 25 CF 637. We would acknowledge the receipt of a 3-count information, waive its formal reading, enter a plea of not guilty, ask for this to remain on the July 14th pretrial.
So ordered.
Yes, sir.
Joshua K. Williams.
Judge, this is Joshua Williams before the court in 25 CF 772. We're set for an arraignment today. The state has filed a 1-count information. I would enter a plea of not guilty, but I would also note for the record that I filed a motion for the court to appoint an expert. That's new enough that the court may have not had the benefit of the order. May I approach with that order?
Granted. Thank you, Mr. McKinney. Time is of the essence on those.
I would ask for this to remain on the next available pretrial date, which would be the July 14th date.
So ordered. And if something happens sooner, of course, you can let your client know we can advance it.
Yes, Your Honor.
Come on, sir.
I wonder if we could readdress Ms. Lester.
Say again?
If we readdress Ms. Lester, we have a plea to enter.
If she's close by.
She is not close by. We have Judge Clark, email in the right now.
Okay.
We'll wait, Your Honor.
All right, very good. Go ahead.
What's your name again? Chasko, C-I-A-S-T-K-O.
Just a second, we're kind of playing musical chairs here today because I'm covering for Judge Clark, so the attorneys are moving around a little bit, so we're waiting just for your counsel. Just a second, okay?
Ms. Farkas will be back in the courtroom real quick.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, silence those phones. That's a good time for, although I like your ringtone, it's a good time for me to double check and be sure mine's turned off. That's okay. As I told your client, we're playing the musical chairs today with the two dockets. You're fine.
Your Honor, Rachel Farkas, on behalf of Maya Shasko. My client would like to enter a plea of not guilty today. I believe she's already on the docket for June 9th. We've actually already set depositions, so we are moving forward.
All right, very good. Depots are already set. Very good. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Angela Brunson, is he next?
Oh, okay. I think that's
That's mine.
the only one here.
I'll call you Ms. Brunson. I have Your Honor, may I, Steve Medina with Ms. Brunson. Just got some information. May I have a second with her,
Yes, sir.
please? With Miss Angela Michelle Brunson in 25 CF 633. At this time, she would like to enter a plea of not guilty. However, it seems that there's a likely resolution, and rather than waiting for the full pretrial, the state has no objection. I don't think Judge Clark would object to having her come back a week from today at 12:30 for a status conference and a likely resolution, if that is acceptable. And she would waive arraignment. Waive formal reading.
So is that what Judge Clark does, Jay? Okay, so 5:22 at 12:30?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Okay. Thank you.
This will be Juan Barreto.
Say again?
Juan Barreto, B-A-R-R-E-T-O.
Barreto.
Your Honor, what I went around to speak to my clients about 5 minutes ago, was told they weren't up here yet, so a couple of them basically have agreements. I haven't talked to them yet. So if we could bring Mr. Barreto back in a few minutes, by then I can go over his agreement.
All right, so you haven't had a chance to chat with any of them?
No, I have not had a chance to chat with any of them because they
All
told
right.
me they weren't here yet. I know
Okay.
everybody's doing their best.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And as I
But
said
if we
to
could
Ms.
set-
Farkas, it's musical chairs. Let's do this. I'll give you a chance to talk to everybody. Let them talk to their folks. We'll get the folks out of the gallery now.
Right.
So that you'll have a chance to
Great.
chat with your folks who are in
Yes, Your
detention.
Honor.
Okay?
So the letters A and B will do in a few minutes or whenever the court permits. Thank you.
All right. All right, I'm gonna start at the top of the folks that should have been, okay? We'll just call them if you're not ready yourself. All right. William Lee Hawkins. Good morning, good afternoon. You're here today without a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to help you?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to afford one on your own?
No, sir.
All right. A form's going to be given to you. You need to fill that form out. If I hadn't been doing this for a couple of decades, I would scratch my head filling the form out. It's a goofy government form. Just take your time.
Yes, sir.
Fill everything out. Answer every question. Even if you think it doesn't apply to you, you've got to answer the question. Turn it into the bailiff after you're finished. I'll look at it because there's a few areas where people make mistakes, not because they just make mistakes, but because it's a goofy form. And I look at it and we'll talk about it and see if we can fix any of those areas where there's a common mistake. One of the common mistakes is there are 2 or 3 different areas to put income. Some people think the top line, you add them all together. If you do that, you're automatically disqualified. The top portion is your income from employment. Then it has a different place for a pension. Social Security, disability, child support, other stuff is listed separately. So be sure to think about that as you list it out. And don't leave until you turn the form in and you get a new date, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Jordan Lee Lewis. Jordan Lee Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, you're here today without a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to help you?
Yes, please.
Are you able to afford one on your own?
No.
All right, you can, a form will be given to you. Fill that form out like I just told the last person. Be careful and answer all the questions completely. Hand it back to the bailiff. Don't leave until you turn the form in and you're called back up and got a new court date, okay? All right. Mara Mearns. Good afternoon, you're Mara Mearns.
Hello? Yes, sir.
All right, you're here today without a lawyer. Do you want a lawyer to help you?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to afford one on your
Yes,
own?
sir.
All right, you've heard me say complete the form. Be careful on how you do it. Turn it back in to the bailiff. Don't leave until you call back up and get a new court date, okay?
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. Nicole Medecki, Mr. Cochran.
It's Maggie, sir.
Medecki, all right, thank you.
Your Honor, here on CF 25 CF 0688, we'd enter a plea of not guilty, waive formal reading, and ask the relief set for the July 14 docket.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Joanna Miller. Good afternoon, Joanna Miller.
Good afternoon.
You're here today without a lawyer. Would you like a lawyer to help you?
Yes.
Are you able to afford one on your own?
No, sir.
Okay. The form will be given to you, complete it, turn it into the bailiff. Don't leave until you call back up and get a new court date. Thank you. Kaylee Mills, Mr. Cochran.
Yes, Your Honor, here on 2025 CF 0757. At this time, we'll enter a plea of not guilty, waive formal reading, and ask the relief set for the July 14th docket.
So ordered. Raven Nunn. Mr. Cochran.
The docket, for some reason, still has Mr. Klein's listed. All right, Your Honor, we did have case number 25 CF 0736. We'd enter a plea of not guilty, waive formal reading, and ask to be set, leave set for the July docket reading.
So ordered.
Thank you, Your Honor. Give me a few minutes. I'll get your call.
Nathaniel Pate. Mr. Koch.
Your Honor, does it show my office currently representing Mr. Pate?
Say again?
Does it show my office currently representing Mr. Pate?
Yes.
It does, thank you, Your Honor. At this time, we'll be entering a not guilty on all counts, waive formal reading, and request it be kept on this will be the July 14th docket, Your Honor, for pretrial.
So ordered.
This is our next court date? At 9? But you're gonna make an appointment before. Call my office, okay? Yes, sir, take that, and you're welcome.
Raul Perez.
Mr. Raul Perez in 25 CF 642, 25 CF 643, and 25 CF 644. Your Honor, we are going to enter a not guilty plea on all counts. Waive formal reading and request it be kept on the July 14th docket, Your Honor.
So ordered.
Just call and make that appointment with me. That's our next court date. All right? He's free to leave. You're welcome.
Jalen Powell.
Jalen Powell's approaching on 25 CF 700, 25 CF 701. And Your Honor, in both cases, I was handed information. We will be entering not guilty on all counts, waive formal reading, and request this be kept on the 714 pretrial docket.
So ordered.
That's our next court date. Call and make an appointment with me. Yes, yes, you're free to go.
Christopher Rain, R-A-H-N. All right, you're here today without an attorney. Do you want an attorney to help you?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to afford one on your own?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you got the form. You've heard me give me the speech before. Complete it, turn it in. Don't leave until you turn it in and get a new court date, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right.